al nuovo allenatore.
The 10th season Takeover Series starting with Napoli. The Italian Giants have won Serie A last season, but this season they are in horrendous form. We try to make them the biggest club not only in Italy but in the world over the next 10 seasons and see how many points they can make on the newly created leaderboard. Napoli are of course the first team on the leaderboard, and we'll see how they will do. Looking at this squad here, it's very obvious where this team is lacking. Because last season they had a very good central defender in Kim Min-jae, who has gone to Bayern Munich of course. And now we are left 32-year-old, 74 rated, Juan Jesus, who hasn't got a lot of upside to his rating. And so we'll maybe see how we can replace him. Of course there is no restriction on our transfers. We've got 3 transfers per season. We play a tiki-taka playstyle here during the 10 seasons with Napoli. Also got a good budget of 67 million in the first season with Napoli. The first sale, it is Matias Oliveira joining Burnley for 21 million. First off, we go in for star centre-back. It is the German international from Borussia Dortmund, only 23 years of age, Nico Schlotterbeck, joining us for 54 million. We sell Nikita Contini to Pendixpor. Alessio Zerbin has been recalled from loan and sold to get in some funds to Braga for 4.75 million. We do exactly the same thing with Gianluca Gaetano, who goes to Bologna after being recalled from loan. 10 million in our books. Same trick applies here for Mikhail Foloruncu, who gets recalled from loan and then sold. But the biggest sale of them all is for a crucial player. So far, it is Piotr Zielinski, who goes off for 48 million. We need a replacement for him and we'll go in for one right now. Without a problem, with 119 million. I'd also say a new left back, as well as of course a new central midfielder. Also engaged Simone Pieras, who goes off to Italy to find us some youth players. I have opted to go in for a player who has been linked with Napoli for a very long time. Unfortunately, in the end, he went to Saudi Arabia, unfortunately for Napoli, but now he is into the club. It is Gabri Veiga joining us from Al Ahly for 46 million, a central midfielder, an exciting prospect, whose overall will be a 78. Just before simming through season number 1, we go in for one final player. It is a 5-year deal for a new left wing back, an upgrade on Mario Rui, 48 million from Inter Milan, Federico Di Marco, a world-class left back, 84 rated. Right now with the additions of Di Marco, who will be converted to a left back, Schlotterbeck in the centre back position and Veiga in the CM cam position, 21, 78 rated. I expect of course a lot from our duo Osimhen and Kvaratskhelia, 88, 86 rated, an extremely well balanced team and a good bench as well with Mario Rui now on there. It's the first time that we do such a takeover, so let me tell you the rules. A league win, any league win, gets you 3 points. Any cup win, national cup win, gets you 1 point. The Europa League or the Europa Conference League gives you 3 points, and the Champions League gives you 5 points. So in the end, all those points will be added on together to see the results after the 10 seasons. Of course, in the Champions League, just like in real life, alongside Real Madrid, Braga and Union Berlin, it will take Federico Di Marco 115 weeks to turn into a left back. What a bullshit. I'm sorry, lads, for the language, but this is just bad. The first season of this takeover, we are in 5th place, which means we agonizingly miss out on goal difference to Roma on Champions League football in season number 2. We will be playing Europa League football, 76 points, but not enough to qualify for the Champions League. Champions in the first season are Juventus, running away with it. The Super Cup goes to Lazio over Fiorentina. We were knocked out in the semis by Fiorentina, so no points on the board as of now. In the Coppa Italia, however, it is the big win. Our first point on the board, 1 point for a win in the Coppa Italia over Inter, Real Madrid in a star-studded Champions League final over Manchester City. While we actually made it very far to the semi-finals, where we got knocked out close. It was a close 2 legs, 3-2 on aggregate against Real Madrid. Victor Osimhen, our star striker, up to a 90. Politano in second with 16 goals, up by 1 as well. Kvaratskhelia up by 3, 9 goals, 11 assists, brilliant. But otherwise, apart from those 3 strikers, we haven't had the best of seasons. But anyways, I'd say a very good first season, apart from maybe agonizingly missing out on the Champions League. We've done well in the Coppa Italia, winning that. And also reaching the Champions League semi-finals is no slouch by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe we can step our game up even more next season. Let's jump into season number 2. To start off season number 2, we kick out Pasquale Mazzucchi for 5.7 million. 143 million for our 3 players. Stanislav Lobotka's position from a CM to a CDM, and he stays at an 83. Another upgrade on the centre-back position, as we have a 30-year-old 81 rated Rahmani. Politano is also 30 years of age, 81 rated. Giovanni Simeone, the son of Diego Simeone, the coach of Atletico, for 16.3 million to Galatasaray, as he was our 3rd string striker. Walid Cherira to Stade Rennais for 6 million. Unfortunately, we had to make a heartbreaking sale because the captain submitted a transfer request. The drama of the summer transfer window. It is Giovanni Di Lorenzo joining Real Madrid for 100 million. So at least we get the tackers, the money. So we have about 247 million for our 3 players. It is Trent Alexander-Arnold entering the building of Napoli. He comes from Real Madrid for 105 million. We sold Di Lorenzo for 100 million to, of course, Madrid. Now we get him in for 5 more million, and he will be an 88 rated right back, so even better and younger than Di Lorenzo. Second player joining the club of rebuild Sombrero here, and of course Napoli, will be Giorgio Scalvini, an Italian centre-back joining us from Dortmund for 33 million in this save here. Last but not least, we go in for a Japanese right winger. He gets greeted by rebuild Sombrero here, look at it. Takefusa Kubo joining us for 66 million, and he will be an 83 rated 23-year-old with a lot of room to grow. I've also converted Gabri Vega to a cam, and he goes up by 2 to an 82. And Gange from a right midfielder to a right winger, and he goes also up by 2 to a 78. This is the squad going into the 2nd season here with Napoli, and I think we are ready to win the Serie A, put up a good fight in the Champions League, and also maybe win the Cup. One of my targets here during those 10 seasons is to win the treble. In the 2nd season, we are once again far behind the league winners Inter Milan, 17 points behind, but at least this time we have made it into the top 4 as 4th position, 5 points ahead of Lazio. We've actually lost the EA Sports Super Cup final to Inter 2-1. And to win the Cup of Italy against Bergamo. We were the defending champions and we lost in the quarterfinals to Hellas Verona. The Europa League, we have made the final against Atletico Madrid in the 2nd season of this takeover. A bit of a surprise as Raspadori has scored 22 goals in 29 appearances from mostly the bench. Osimhen with 15 in 38. Kvaratskhelia with 13 and 11 assists as well. A very good season from him. And even our new man Kubo with 10 goals, 3 assists, up to an 87. Kvara up to a 92. Osimhen 91. Very, very balanced stats here. A lot of players with 6, 7 or 8 goals. Some in the double digits. The squad has grown massively as well. Schlotterbeck up by 4. Ramani up by 2. Anguissa and even Arnold up. Can we get a further 3 points, as of course the Europa League is 3 points on the leaderboard? The answer to this question is going to be yes, we actually do. We win the Europa League on penalties. Very good season, number 2 here in the books. 4th place. We will be playing Champions League football, of course, next season. The biggest thing of them all is winning the Europa League. And we are off to season number 3. We go in for our first player of the season. It's going to be a crucial CDM who played in Italy before, at AC Milan. Here he enters the building. It is going to be Ismail Benacer, joining us for 100 million from Atletico Madrid. Our first final immediately at the beginning of the season on the 13th of August, because it's the UEFA Super Cup. Of course, we could get one further point. Is it possible? No, we actually lose 3-1. We sell our 5th string centre-back, Leo Ostiga, to Lazio for 20 million. Jens Liskajust to Bergamo Calcio, aka Atalanta, for 25 million on the dot. Last but not least, it is going to be a man whose contract was running down in 11 months, and he's joining us here on a cut price deal. It is going to be Ronald Araujo coming into the club for 73 million plus Amir Rahmani, who is of course 31, but I think we've played Barcelona in this, you know. I think we've absolutely played them, because we get a world-class centre-back, 90 rated, a lot of upside to his rating, still young. 2 signings are all we are going to do in this 3rd season, because we only have 3 million left in our current budget at the end of the transfer window. With Benacer, 27.87, and Araujo, 26.89 into the side. This team has to battle for the title this season. If not, it's a massive, massive disappointment. We actually drop off to 5th place, 69 points, nice, but not a nice finish. We are once again in the Europa League in season number 4. However, we get our 5th point in the takeover leaderboard, because we beat Milan to once again clinch the Coppa Italia. 1 more point in season number 3. The Champions League, we dropped that group with flying colours. 6 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. Incredible, 18 points, 10 ahead of Leverkusen. We defeated PSG on penalties. Oh my god, what a game. Then we defeated Sporting in the quarterfinals, 5-3 on aggregate. And then we fell short to Manchester City in the semi-finals, 5-4. Manchester City, once again, the same final than last year. Certainly, Kubo, Osimhen, Ngonsh, Kvaratskhelia and Raspadori all made sure that it's been quite a kind of good offensive season, because 5 players have scored double digits. I think the lowest rated player in this starting 11 is now, should be the CDM, Zambo Anguissa, the captain right now. 30 years, 85 rated, so we might need to replace him very soon. But otherwise, this team is just insanely good. Can't really explain why we've done poorly in the league, because we have a fantastic team and I'm disappointed. You can also see the manager rating is very bad, so yes, we have to strap ourselves in next season, otherwise this Napoli experience could even come to an end. Of a Brazilian central midfielder, we needed an upgrade on our current CDMs. It is Bruno Guimaraes joining us for 90 million on the dot from the Premier League from Newcastle United. Next up, we make the sale of Giuseppe Ambrosino, our 3rd string striker, off to Bologna for 15 million. Next up, we sign an Italian left back. He's joining us from Real Betis. It is Fabiano Parisi, coming in for 50 million on the dot. He will of course fight it out with Di Marco. He's younger than Di Marco, 3 years. 2 lower rated, but yes, we have good cover now on the left back position. We have also sold Matteo Politano, who is now about 32, for 28 million. A good business, I'd say. After selling Matteo Politano, we have gone in for a new left midfielder, left winger. He can also play on the right. It is going to be Ansu Fati joining us from Barcelona for 35.5 million. His contract was running down. With Guimaraes into the team here, into the starting spot. He's 28, 87. We have Fati on the bench, 23, 82. And Parisi, 25, 83, the left back. Ansu Fati from a left midfielder to a left winger. And he goes up by 2 actually, from an 82 to an 84. Champions of Italy for the first time in this takeover. We have finished 1 point ahead of Juventus and 2 ahead of Milan. A very, very close title race. But this of course brings us 3 points in the leaderboard. A 4th point added for the Super Cup win over Milan, 2-1. And even a 5th point added for a Cup win, Coppa Italia win over Juventus 2-1 in the final. In the Europa League it was a very close affair again. 3 teams on 10 points, we nearly got knocked out but we finished in first at the end. Preliminary round we skipped, round of 16 we lost to Salzburg, so a very disappointing Europa League. Season of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, 31 contributions in 40 games. Osimhen with 15 in 36, even Raspadori with 14 in 26, and then Takefusa Kubo up to a 91, 11 goals, 9 assists. I mean, this team is looking incredible. Fantastic front line, very good midfield, and a strong back line with a good goalkeeper as well. Maybe the goalkeeper we can upgrade on next season. Maybe Parisi can take Di Marco's spot in one of the next seasons. A treble, even if it's the poor man's treble. It's still a treble nonetheless, and it's 5 points in season number 4. And for season number 5 we have our biggest budget yet, 224 million in our bank without even selling a single player. First act of season number 5 is to sell Jesper Lindström. We go in for a world-class goalkeeper because we absolutely need him in the Champions League this season. It's going to be Gianluigi Donnarumma for 90 million plus Elia Caprile, our backup keeper, in return to PSG. It is the right winger from Liverpool in this save, Rodrigo, coming in for 80 million plus Cyril Ngonge, our backup right winger. So position for position plus 80 million. His contract was running down, that's why we got him on a cheap deal. His overall is an incredible 91-92. We sell Nathan to Arsenal for 40 million, our 4th string centre back right now. Our final signing is a big one. He can compete with Gabri Veiga in that cam spot. Please just ignore that glitch on the top left as Rebuild Sombrero is greeting Thiago Almada, who comes in for 100 million on the dot plus Stanislas Lobotka. Once again a swap deal, just a lot cheaper. He's 88 rated. We should easily win the league once again, compete for the Champions League even, because this team is disgustingly good. Rodrigo in the right wing starting spot here. Donnarumma is also getting into the team, so we have Rodrigo and Donnarumma new into this side. We couldn't defend our Serie A title, as in a very tight title race we came second on same points as Juventus, the league winners. The EA Sports Super Cup goes to Inter over Juve, and we have gotten knocked out to Inter. But finally some relief as we win the Coppa Italia once again. I think that's the 3rd time in a row against Juventus. We absolutely obliterate that. Which of course means our first point of season number 5 is in the books. In the Champions League finally, we topped our group in flying colours. 10 points ahead of Salzburg in second. Won against Dortmund in the round of 16, 5-3 on aggregate against the finalists of this year in real life. In the quarters we beat Milan 4-2 on penalties. On to the semis where we beat Salzburg. What an easy team. And in the final it will be Napoli against PSG. He delivered here. 24 goals in 29 appearances. Fativen, our backup left winger, with 17 and 9 in 26. So 26 contributions in 26 games. Even Gabri Veiga, 12 goals, 9 assists. Our cam. Kvaratskhelia, 12 goals, 3 assists. I'm a bit disappointed by Osimhen, who only scored 11 goals. Kubo 10 goals, 5 assists. We go into the Champions League final. Full strength starting 11. Look at this team. 94 rated Kvaratskhelia, 93 Osimhen, 92 Rodrigo, 90 Veiga. Incredible team. Even a 91 rated Donnarumma, 93 Araujo now. We quick sim the game against PSG. Can we win our first Champions League? Oh my god! We have destroyed PSG 4-0. It's a Rodrigo brace as well as a Gabri Veiga brace. Let's have a look at the squad. Even the bench is absolutely cooked. I mean, Fati on the reserves with an 88 rating is just absolutely crazy. We have a fully 90 plus rated front line. We have made 6 points in one season alone, of course. 1 point for the Coppa Italia win and 5 points for the Champions League win. Second place in the Serie A. Unfortunately, on same points than Juventus, but we couldn't win. Let's crack on with season number 6. At the start of the 6th season, we sell Our long-serving goalkeeper, who is now a rotational backup, 67 million to Monza for Alex Meret. We continue the clear-out by selling another older player. It is Andre Frank Zamboing Anguissa, 75 million we got for 32-year-old. Brilliant business, I'd say, from Manchester United. Is a French central midfielder who can also play as a CDM. It is Eduardo Camavinga joining us for Real Madrid for 110 million. His contract was running down in 10 months. Rotational player who is going to be backup to Gianluigi Donnarumma. The 19-year-old goalkeeper Pietro Bernardi joining us for 20 million plus Giacomo Poli, who I told you is the rotational goalkeeper at this moment in time. It is Alessandro Zanoli joining Crystal Palace for 32 million. The French right-back Malo Gusto coming in from West Ham for 85 million on the dot. And he's going to be a rotational right-back. Parisi is the weakest link, the left-back, 86. We've now Di Marco, who is 30 years of age, on the subs bench, on the reserves even. Rossi is from the youth academy, 18 years of age, 66 rated, 92 potential. Can we win against Royal Antwerp in the UEFA Super Cup and get our first point of season number 6? The answer to that is actually no. Oh my god. How do we lose against Royal Antwerp with our best team? We sell Federico Di Marco to Bayern Munich for 59 million. He wanted out of the club. He's 31, not a lot of upside to his rating. Thank you for your service, mate, and good luck in Munich. That we have reached yet another Champions League final against Atletico Madrid. 3 wins, 3 draws. Round of 16. We actually surpassed Monaco 5-3 on aggregate, 4-3 on aggregate against City in the quarters, and 6-2 we obliterated Inter in the semis. And then, of course, we play Atletico in the final. Yeah, once again also over Roma. So 1 point in season number 6 is secured. However, we can't add to that tally in the Super Cup. And neither in the league, actually. We've been second behind Milan, 5 points, 87 for them, good season. Can we get further 5 points to that 1 Coppa Italia point? The answer to this question is yes. We win the final, back-to-back. Gabri Veiga, Parisi and Rodrigo score. Okafor for them. Rodrigo, Kubo, Osimhen, Raspadori, and Fati. With 16 goals and 14 assists, Fati must have been some sort of an assist leader. But yes, 30 contributions in 30 games for him, 19 in 28 for Raspadori. Osimhen with 18 goals in 31. Kubo with 26 contributions in 32. And then Rodrigo with 31 in 30. And into season number 7 of this takeover with Napoli, we jump 10 million to spend. And it's green as well, our current budget. This really fits the team. Look at the overalls here at the start of season number 7. Parisi is the weakest link alongside the Schlotterbeck. All the others are in their 90s. We sell ruthlessly one of our most loyal players of the club. It is Giacomo Raspadori, the backup striker, leaving us for whooping 125 million to Juventus. We go in for a backup striker. A new regen. For 111 million, he comes from Manchester United. It should be a Portuguese striker, maybe the Cristiano Ronaldo region. Backup left back, or someone who can fight with Parisi, another Italian, for that left back spot. From Inter Milan, our rivals, Destiny Udogi, 80 million he cost us. It is Marco Carnesecchi from Newcastle in this save. In real life, he plays for Atalanta. 45 million because his contract was running down. Hasn't got a lot of depth. The sheer quality of it in each and every position is just incredible. We've even boosted it in season number 7 to an even higher level. Once again, the UEFA Super Cup, we lost it last season. Let's see how we do this season against Spurs. We actually win 4-1. I mean, playing a final against Spurs is actually a given win. Of course, meaning we have our first point in season number 7. At the end of the 7th season, once again after 3 years of no title in Serie A, we've won it 3 points very narrowly in front of AC Milan. 3 points for the league win Of course, 1 point for the Super Cup win that we've already seen at the beginning of the season. No points in the Coppa Italia, where we got knocked out in the semi-finals on away goals. That ancient rule. Once again, we convincingly topped our group ahead of Porto and Arsenal. We beat KRC Genk 5-2 in the quarters. We beat Milan, we thumped them in fact, 5-1. And in the semis, we absolutely destroyed PSG. So we play Leverkusen. Can we win a three-peat? Oh my god, yes we do. 4-3 on penalties. What a game. 3-all after 120 minutes. And then 4-3 on pens. We win the three-peat of Champions League. Of course, 5 points for the Champions League. 3 points for Serie A. And one point for the Super Cup, which makes 9 points only in Season 7. Our most successful season by a mile so far. Stats as Rodrigo once again, 40 contributions in 32 games. This is just sick, absolutely sick. 94 rated Rodrigo. Ansu Fati is injured, but he has scored 22 goals, 8 assists in 26 appearances as a rotational left winger. Osimhen up to a 95, no, 19 goals still for the big man. Kubo with 16 goals and 6 assists. And Barros, the man we bought at the beginning of the season, 13 goals. Our backup Cam Almada with 10 goals and 3 assists. And in terms of the squad, this is what we're looking at. 94, 95 and 94 rated front line. We have a 91 rated Cam, 2 93 rated CDMs, an 87 rated left back, the weakest link. Now, alongside the other left back, also on the bench, 87 rated. We have an 89 and a 95 rated Araujo. An absolutely incredible development for this guy. Arnold up to a 93, the Englishman, and Donnarumma, the captain, up to a 92 even. Season number 7 comes to a close as we have been champion of Serie A, the winner of the Supercoppa, semi-finalist in the Coppa Italia, and also winner of the Super Cup, as well as the big one, the Champions League. 9 points, only just this season. Matteo Berardi to Juventus for 40 million, our third string right back from the youth academy. The bench is superb, the starting 11 is superb, maybe a few reserves getting into the club, I don't know. It is time to rate the rivals. I'm gonna explain myself. To fill our gaps, in defense is one of those gaps. It is the centre-back Alessandro Bastoni joining us for 66 million. His contract was running down in 10 months. He's 31, 90 rated, a central midfielder, closely observed by Rebuild Sombrero here. It's a Portuguese one, 25 years of age only, 88 rated already. It is João Neves. He comes in for 115 million on the dot from AC Milan. The 2 signings that we've made, Bastoni, who is into the starting 11, as well as João Neves, who is on the bench now, 25, 88 rated. He's converting to a CDM. We stick with 2 transfers for season number 8. Let's see how we go on. This is of course the UEFA Super Cup, where we are able to get 1 point onto the leaderboard. 31 points right now after 7 seasons. I can imagine there will be teams who will have even more points after 7 seasons. So can we get 1 more point through the UEFA Super Cup? We have to win this trophy quite simply against Union Berlin. Oh my god, we actually lose on penalties. Season number 8, we absolutely walk the league. We walk Serie A. 38 games, 95 points, only 1 defeat all season. It is, granted, what you would expect from that super team. 16 points ahead of Juventus and 18 ahead of Milan. We also won the Super Cup, the EA Sports FC Super Cup, 4-0 in the final. We destroyed Milan there. Bergamo Calcio, aka Atalanta, over Monza in the final. A very surprising final, none of the big boys in it. We got knocked out 5-4, agonizingly close in the semi-finals to Atalanta. So no Coppa Italia this season. And 3 points it stays because Leverkusen defeat Manchester United 3-0. They obliterate them in the final. 5-4, we lost on penalties to Napoli in the semi-finals. Oh my lads, oh my, oh my. Kvaratskhelia 20 goals, 17 for Kubo, 14 for Rodrigo and Barros, the backup striker, who's up to 90. Vega with 12 goals and 14 assists, 26 contributions, and even Fatih with 10 goals. Looking at this team, I'm amazed, I'm absolutely amazed that the lowest rated player in the whole starting 11 is an 88 rated Udogi at left back. All the others are 90 plus, and even on the bench some 90 pluses, most of them in fact. But let's not fool ourselves, guys. We won Serie A with a big margin, still couldn't win Coppa Italia. We couldn't reach the Champions League final this season. For now, let's jump into season number 9. And it has to be said that the board are not letting us down with the money. 491 million to go into the market in season number 9. Because I don't know where to invest that money actually. We have a 96 rated Araujo now. Incredible. Maybe Benacer is decreasing a little bit, but yes, he's gone down by 1. I know what you're thinking. We already bought left backs in the last 2 or 3 seasons. But now it is Alejandro Balde joining us for 38 million only, plus Fabiano Parisi. Parisi's 88 granted, but he's 30 years of age. Balde is about 26 and 89 rated. He's even higher than Udogi. It is a German cam. Right now, he's in big red hot demand in the world of football. Because it is a big German national star joining us once again in a swap deal here. The hype is unreal. It is Florian Wirtz joining us for 12 measly million plus Thiago Almeida, who's also 31 now, so a big deal. Because, of course, Wirtz is only 27, 4 years younger, and 1 overall higher. And finally, to remove the old guard completely, we seal the deal for a 25-year-old Frenchman in another swap deal. He's again joining us in a cut scene here, and also on a cut price deal, because it is Warren Zaire-Emery joining us for 130 million plus Bruno Guimaraes, who was 33, 87, he was on the decline. Vega has even gone to the bench because Wirtz is a bit younger and the same overall. We have still the same front three. Benacer still in that CDM spot for now, but Warren Zaire-Emery is waiting patiently. He's 8 years younger, only 1 overall lower. Once again, winning Serie A for the 3rd time in a row actually. 38 games, 90 points, 13 ahead of a surprising Torino in 2nd, Monza in 4th also surprising. And lads, Lazio have been relegated as rock bottom, 20th. What is this? I mean, they are one of the powerhouses in Italian football. They've been relegated with 5 wins only in 38. We win the Coppa Italia also over Monza 3-1, so we have the double, of course. 3 points for Serie A and 1 point for the Coppa Italia. We don't win the Super Cup, which goes to Monza over Bergamo. And in the Champions League, we topped our group in flying colours once again, over Real Madrid this time. In the round of 16, we beat Aston Villa 4-1 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, we beat Leverkusen 4-2. And in the semis, we destroyed Barcelona 5-2 to reach the final against Borussia Dortmund in season number 9. The big question is, can we, with this team, win a treble? For the first time in the 9 seasons. We've won Serie A, we've won the Coppa Italia. In the Champions League, we simulate and we win 2-1. Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen turned the game around after Nicholas Jackson gave Dortmund the lead. We have won the treble. Another 5 points, which is 9 points for season number 9. It's actually the 4th time we've won the Champions League in those 9 seasons. Not a bad ratio. I think actually that these are the best stats we've ever had. 20 goals for Rodrigo, 19 for Kvaratskhelia, 19 for Barros, 17 for Osimhen, 16 for Fatih and 13 for Kubo. 9 points to the tally, which now means that we are on 44 points going into the final season of this takeover. It is Erling Haaland, the Norwegian, joining us in a swap deal with Victor Osimhen. He's 2 overall higher and 1 year younger than the Nigerian. He wanted some experience abroad. He's being watched by Rebuild Sombrero. It's actually the first time we buy Erling Haaland, in one of those takeover rebuilds, whatever you want to call it. He joins us for Victor Osimhen plus 65 million for Manchester City. I realized that Benacer is down to an 89, so I bought his upgrade. We are going to change a little bit our formation so that we fit in Pedri, who comes in from Barcelona, Ismail Benacer, who is 33 now, plus 57 million he cost us, and with Haaland of course up top and Pedri in that central midfielder spot. We've changed the formation to a 4-3-3 with one number 6, with one CM and one cam. No player in this starting 11 is now under the overall of 90. I expect us to win every competition. I'm not even kidding, lads. First game of the season, as per usual, is the UEFA Super Cup. As we have won the Champions League, can we get our first point of season number 10 against Atletico Madrid? Yes, we do. Immediately, Haaland coming in clutch, scoring the winner in the 61st minute. Kamavinga actually got the red card in the 32nd. Quara gave us the lead in the 2nd minute and Beltran scored the equalizer for Atletico. So lads, at the end of the 10th and final season, we've actually cracked the 100 points with this Napoli side. We are Centurions in Serie A in season number 10. Also win the Supercoppa, which is of course 1 point. In the Coppa Italia, however, it is Inter winning the Derby della Madonnina over Milan in the final. And we've been knocked out actually by Inter in the quarter-final, so no treble this season. Monaco win 3-0 over Villarreal in the final of the Champions League. And we've actually been knocked out in the round of 16 already. 5-4 on aggregate, we bottled it in the second leg. So no Champions League. It is of course 3 points for the league, 1 point for the Super Cup and 1 point for the other Super Cup, 5 points in total. The one that didn't disappoint was Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, 26 goals in 26 appearances. Barros, the backup striker, 20 goals in 27. Rodrigo, 14 goals and 11 assists in 29 games. Haaland, a bit disappointing, I must say. 11 goals only in the Serie A. He only played 29 games. I don't know why, but well, maybe Barros stole some games from him. And the final squad that we've built in 10 seasons here at Napoli is looking like this. No player under the overall of 90, except for Bastoni at the centre-back position, who's gone down now. At the end of the 10 season takeover with Napoli, we've won 5 leagues, 6 domestic cups and 5 continental cups. That's what it says. But overall, we have made 49 points in total in these 10 seasons. It is the current lead on 49 points for Napoli. Lads, if you enjoyed this different kind of a takeover, the first kind of this takeover on the channel, then please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, it is Rebuild Sombrero.